With its golden domes hugging the skyline, this Russian Orthodox cathedral wouldn't be out of place in Moscow or St. Petersburg. However, if you take a look at what's next to the cathedral, you soon see we're actually in Paris. The cathedral opened its doors just a few years ago, but cultural ties between Russia and France stretch back more than a century. In the aftermath of the Russian Revolution, more than 1 million Russians emigrated. They were to leave their mark in the arts, science and public life of the countries they arrived in. Around 50,000 Russians, known as white émigrés, settled in France. Amongst this first wave of emigration was novelist and poet Ivan Bunin, regarded as the literary heir to Tolstoy and Chekhov, and the first Russian to win the Nobel Prize for Literature.
I'm very happy for myself and above all for Russian literature.
Cafes like La Coupole here in Paris were at the heart of intellectual and artistic life in the 1920s and 30s. And it's here that Ivan Bunin would have come to write and to meet with other Russian émigrés. I've arranged to meet Anna Lushenkova-Foskolo, an associate professor in Russian literature and author on Bunin.
In one of his novels entitled In Paris, he mentions this café, La Coupole, and it's here that a couple of his heroes have a romantic evening. We know that Russian writers that preceded Bunin, like Tolstoy and Dostoevsky, were extremely popular in France and abroad. And with this prize, it was a sort of revival for the Russian literature and for its recognition abroad. So I think that the writing of Ivan Bunin had acquired something new during the years that he has spent in France, and it's the importance of nostalgia in his writing, the importance of Russian themes.
Another leading figure amongst the Russian exiles was Serge Diaghilev, who formed the legendary Ballet Russe, taking Paris and the rest of the world by storm. The astonishing technique of his dancers and his groundbreaking collaborations with artists like Picasso, Coco Chanel and Stravinsky continue their influence today. At the Chaillot Theatre in central Paris, they're preparing for a production of Nijinsky the Woman, and I've been allowed to sit in on rehearsals. This contemporary dance production pays tribute to Nijinsky, a ballerina and choreographer with the Ballet Russe.
The Ballet Russe created a new style of physical choreography which completely changed the way dancers held themselves. The dynamics, the positioning, the power of each gesture. It was completely new. And it's something that's of huge interest to choreographers today. What's so striking about Serge Diaghilev is that he arrived with this incredibly famous dance company and created totally new and unprecedented performances that got audiences to see the world in a different way.
Today's Russian artists are carrying on this proud heritage.
It's great when people get to know Russian culture through modern-day dynamic examples and not just through the classics. It's wonderful. Culture is always a dialogue, an exchange of ideas, an exchange of values. I see the aim of Rossotrudnichestvo as being an institution for communication and facilitation.
Based in Moscow, Yuri Bashmet is a conductor and violinist who performs in concerts around the world.
What influence have Russian musicians and composers had? I think it's huge. What the West receives from Russia is an incredible young energy. After all, we are younger as a nation. We Russians offer our soul, and we encourage the rest of the world to do the same.
100 years on, Russian artists continue to bring the rich culture of their homeland to an international audience.